Okay. Let me get Taylor's browser source. Interact. See if it's working. Perfect. I know we're interacting with this causes a stream delay. No, it doesn't. Okay. About to say, ain't no way, boy, ain't no way.
Do that time.
Yo, people. Hello and welcome to United Enigma. We're doing a live match reaction for the game FC Twente versus Man United. Ends 1-1. And as you can see from the thumbnail, this manager, I assure you, he even said it from his own mouth, he didn't want to win this game. Guess what? For all you fans out there that claim to support this man, how can you support this? Your own manager before the game stated verbatim that he really doesn't want to be the guy to put FC Twente to be the sword. Is that a Man United manager? Tell me, is that Man United manager living off of sentiment to the point where he's actually speaking about not putting another team to the sword because of past loyalties? I was saying it before the match that let it be known that cool, I do expect Manchester United to win this match, and I think Ten Hag will help the team with his tactics and whatever to get the team over the line in this game. However, what I also did not fail to mention was the simple fact that I know that this man has made it a habit to constantly clown Manchester United by breaking bad records and also collecting a whole string of accolades, but in the negative direction. And here's another one. Faces his previous team, goes in an interview, says we're not going to beat, he doesn't actually want to beat them, doesn't really want to put them to the sword. What does he do? Play the game, we draw to them. Outside the world he scored by Eriksen, can you please tell me what Manchester United were able to create this game? I'll wait. What did we create? Even the goal we scored, Eriksen's one of the only players that's probably scoring that goal in the squad. In between two players, cuts across the ball, swerves into the side netting. Who else is really doing that? Bruno in his prime, maybe, but Bruno doesn't seem to be that guy anymore. So we can't even expect him to have done that. So one person maybe out of the starting 11 is scoring the goal we finally did, and other than that, did nothing. And don't say it's because of changes like De Ligt not being in the team starting 11 or Mainly not starting, because that is not the reason why we didn't win this game. Now we have upcoming Tottenham, and that's 2 draws back to back. At least in the Crystal Palace game, you can give somewhat, if you really want to have the rose-tinted glasses, you can say, cool, we played well for 70 minutes, 60, 70 minutes, then we faded away. Poor substitutions, you can say, okay, let's not make that mistake again. But we at least had something to hold on to. What can you hold on to in this game? What excuses can you come up with for this game? You go now, bro. You go now. I swear, I can't with this manager anymore.
Honestly, you pretty much already said it all, man. Like, bruv, I don't know what we're playing at, bro. Like, this Ten Hag guy is just awful manager, man. Like, I can't lie, I just wasted so much energy on this guy. I always come into these matches thinking, yeah, man, oh, this team is mid. Oh, I've not even heard of these people before. Bruv, should be easy game, fam. But he always comes out and makes us look like idiots, bro. But I'm going to Instagram comments. We posted the full-time post, and people are just clowning this guy, fam.
Constantly clowning. Manchester United fans were constantly being clowned all the time. Yeah, we can't escape it. Day in, day out, game in, game out, Man United are constantly the butt of jokes.
Exactly.
Because of this manager. The funny thing is, at this point, back in the day when Man United used to be clowned, you'd see a lot of targeting for certain players. Nowadays, it's actually somewhat testament to the fact that the signings that we've gotten in recent years, or maybe not including really, a lot of Ten Hag signings have been poor, for example, last season. However, the signings this year, In terms of the players, people aren't really talking about the players, the rival fans. Most of the jokes, the memes, all of that is directed towards our manager, which tells you what the blatant issue is. As I've always said, and I'll say it again, when rival fans are happy about the loss of a player or the loss of a manager, that's when you know it was a good thing. When they clown you for losing something, try to banter you. When rival fans were happy because Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool. You see Arsenal fans, these cringe Arsenal fans on demon time, happy because Rodri got injured. Happy, rejoicing. That tells you all you need to know about Rodri. But you have rival fans saying, keep Ten Hag. Same way they were saying, please keep Oli. But Man United fans will still go out on a limb and support this fraud. We're going to go straight into the match reaction anyway. We're going to start ranking these frauds. You tell me now. We're going to start from the top. Marcus Rashford, how do you think he did?
Marcus Rashford is definitely more promising from him today. You know, he actually had few successful dribbles here and there, decent switches of play, decent link-up play from Rashford today as well. It's definitely better for Rashford, a step in the right direction for him. Maybe we can hope he carries it on. Maybe, you know, do this against Tottenham now, show us a bit more. And yeah, so I think it was definitely more promising for Rashford. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
I'd agree with you, but the only issue I would say is first half he looked lively, a lot better on the ball, actually beat his man several times, had him on absolute toast, put some decent crosses into the box, all of that. Cool. Didn't really get many shots off. Again, I'd actually blame that as a system issue. It's not because of his lack of individual performance that he wasn't able to really get into goal scoring positions. It's definitely a system-based issue. I was saying it, you could clearly see they were playing either a 4-4-2, sometimes a 4-5-1 in the defensive, when they were in their defensive third. They were very compact, forcing us wide. Cool. You have to play the ball very quickly. One touch, two touch football, switch and play, moving from side to side quickly, unsettle them, get those overlaps and underlaps going. We were so slow. That's why we couldn't create anything against that deep block. It's not like it's Arsenal, what they were doing to Man City. At least Arsenal, you can say, cool, Urian Timber's a top player, Saliba's a top player, they've got a top goalkeeper, Gabriel, Partey and Rice in front of that. Cool, you can understand why they may be able to keep out a top team for majority of a game. But this is FC Twente. And we couldn't even string together enough passes, enough fluid football, speed up the play enough to break them down consistently. And it's not because of a lack of players, because if we feed it into Xerxes will hold it up and lay it off. Rashford was having a decent game, especially in the first half. But then, of course, as usual, in the second half, he faded.
Oh, shit.
Here we go again. Typical Man United, here we go again. In the second half, he faded.
Yep.
So where would you want to rank Rashford then for his performance?
I'll give this guy the hard yards, bro.
The hard yards, just running around, putting in a shift, innit?
Yeah, man.
If it was based on the first half, I'd start inching him maybe towards bored out-ish, but the very end of bored out like a 7, but more so like a 6 probably. I'd say Rashford, overall, I'd give him a 6, only because his drop-off in performance, I would attribute that mostly to Ten Hag. We were playing flaccid. We started the second half really slow. I was thinking, start the second half, 1-0 up, start the second half, put these guys to the sword, get them out of here. If we scored 1 goal within the first 15 to 20 minutes, probably 15 minutes, let's say, of that second half, we put these guys to bed. They come out, hit them for the third goal, for example, and then shut up shop. But no, we started off really slowly, almost as if we thought we'd won the game. I'd love to know what this guy was saying to them at halftime, because this brother did not want to win this match. I'd love to know what he said to them at halftime.
Facts.
Joshua Zirkzee now. What are you saying about him?
Joshua Zirkzee, he was doing his thing as usual, you know, good touches on the ball, good link-up play, good holder play, you know, he's just doing his thing as usual, but you know, when you've got flipping donkeys around him, like the guy barely had the ball in that game. Let's be real, barely had the ball, barely had any like.
Yeah, they didn't use him too much.
Barely had any like proper chances created for him as well.
The chances were premium this match. Yeah. Other than the Eriksen goal, I don't really recall, and also the potential own goal, which was a good save from their keeper, the header. What else?
Literally nothing.
Where would you play Xerxes though?
Exactly. And because of that, I can only really give him the hard yards again. So
Yeah, the hard yards. He was just running around. He tried to pull into the channels, looking for the opportunity to link. Decent bits of link up as he always does. Couple of touches here and there. Hold the play was always good. Touch always good. The fundamentals are always there. But with these kind of players, you have to use them, man. Have to utilize them. Give him a chance to impose himself on the game. As you're saying here, Mizzo, bro, it's not good enough.
no.
It just isn't good enough.
Yeah.
Against this caliber of opposition this, we need to win this. I really wanted a bit of momentum into that Tottenham game. We get that game. We win today. Good 2-3-0, decent performance. Take them to the Tottenham game and we punch them up. They're vulnerable right now. We punch them up. But now we are just as vulnerable, if not more so, than they are. And that's not good because they've got way more weapons than FC Twente. We play against, if they had a Heung-min Son and a Solanke playing decently tonight, we lose to these guys. Especially some of the transitions they had here and there with Maguire at the back. Come on now. Light work. But as you said, Xerxes, I agree with you. I put him in the hard yards. I actually put him beneath Rashford because at least Rashford was arguably the best player in the first half, even though, again, it's not like we exactly played well in the first half either.
Yeah.
This one here was a bit of a disappointment for me. I'll actually go first. Like, Ahmad was not great today. I can see why he got subbed off for sure. I normally dislike it when Ten Hag likes to take off Ahmad. I almost see him as like the whipping boy or the easy target. But today, I can't lie, Ahmad did deserve to be subbed off. He wasn't great. He wasn't poor. But again, Ahmad's one of those players that he actually very much needs to be in a performing team. Of course, we saw some good moments. The touch, like Xerxes, touch is always there. You can always expect, if you give him the ball, you'll get it back. Was able to be his man on the inside and the outside. But again, because of how compact they were, he didn't really ever get a situation where he could actually take a shot on goal. I don't think he even registered, I doubt he registered one shot on goal this match. Exactly. Ahmad's, because of his performances, my expectations from him have risen greatly. So this, for Ahmad's level, I can't lie, it's definitely got to be, again, I'd say the hard yards tier. No more than that for me, in my opinion. No more than the hard yards tier. But again, still below Xerxes. So a low 5. Like, I wouldn't go as far as a 4 just because the fundamentals are always there with Ahmad and he was able to beat his man, put the ball in the box at times. But other than, looking good on the eyes, he always does a little bit of posturing here and there. Didn't do much. So again, hard yards. That's pretty much what we did. I was even saying in the first half when we were leading the game, it's not like we were playing well. We scored a worldie, but we were not really ever playing well in this game. What did we really do?
Yeah. Facts.
You go now. Tell me what you think about Bruno.
Bruno, man. Bruno, how far this guy has fallen, man. How far he has fallen. Honestly, Bruno, in the first half, I feel like he was okay. Yeah, he was okay in the first half. But at best, he was okay in the first half. And in the second half, Jesus Christ. What did Bruno really even do, fam? Did Bruno, do anything that stuck in your mind today?
Bruno did
bro,
absolutely nothing.
He's actually falling off so hard.
Chance creator, my backside.
Not one chance, bro. Not one
chance creator. What was this guy doing today? Quite frankly, balls in the box, nothing of note. Even an attempted strike from distance. Obviously, we say not to shoot not that we shouldn't be shooting too much. But at the end of the day, against a deep line, a decent option at times. Go for the long shot. Didn't really get off that. His link-up play wasn't really there. Didn't really influence the game at all. And one thing I noticed, I made note of during the game, of the minute they got their equalizing goal, the first time after we received possession again and Bruno got onto it, what does he do? He instantly misplaces a simple pass. And for me, that is testament to what Bruno is, in the sense that when things are going good for the team, he may rise and he may look like one of the better players or best players on the pitch at times in certain scenarios. But chips are down. I saw, for example, when he had that shot on the edge of the box, misses it, albeit narrowly, but what happens next? Mason Mount has to pick him up because he's on the ground, moaning, crying, and screaming You might have all heard that Vinicius meme. He sounded like that. So honestly speaking, couldn't be my captain. Couldn't be my captain doing all that. So because of the fact that he's wearing the armband and he actually needs himself to be picked up by Mason Mount, who, let's be serious, isn't even good enough for Man United, but you need to be picked up by Mason Mount, tells me all you need to know. And for that reason, I don't even want to put him on the same tier as these guys. I'll give him a 4 out of 10 today. So on that note, it's Guerrera here, man. Shit! Guy was mid.
Facts. Mid, man.
We'll bypass Uncle Cass because he didn't play today. We still lost. How's that for your agendas? We'll get onto his replacement, his so-called replacement, how he played today. Yeah, uncomfortable conversations there.
Facts.
What are you saying about Kobe? It was just a little cameo, to be fair. Only on for what? What was he on for? 20 minutes?
Like 20 minutes?
Something like that.
Yeah.
What are you saying though?
Yeah,
Kobe
Kobe
really
came
much
on.
to say, I can't lie.
You know, he did his thing. He had good touches.
Yeah.
He had like a few successful dribbles, I saw.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that you can never take away from Kobe. He's dribbling really good. He knows how to, beat a man.
Bro, you know what? With Kobe,
Just come.
Ten Hag threw Kobe on the pitch to the Lions. Threw him to the Lions in a match we were doing Nishin. Threw him to the Lions thinking he was about to rip apart the Lions' jaws like he's Samson. All you man that read the Bible, you know who Samson is. And I'll tell you for free, Kobe ain't Samson. So he weren't ripping up no Lions. He came on. I wouldn't go as far. He definitely didn't drown. Didn't exactly swim either. He was just sort of just floating, drifting around, tried a couple of things because at the end of the day, Kobe is always going to look good because he's a great player. But at the end of the day, he didn't do much. So, and he wasn't on for much time. So at the end of the day, just a flat 5. Didn't do anything wrong, but wasn't amazing, of course.
Kobe adding to the highlight reel clip.
So now Dalot. What are you saying about Dalot?
Yeah, Dalot was good today, man. You know, as usual, Dalot. Both our fullbacks, Dalot, Mazraoui, bro, they're always playing good, man. Consistent players, but I love them, man. I can't lie, I love them. Dalot, good touches, good passes, good link-up play. You know, it's just the normal stuff with Dalot at this point. Like you don't really see any bad games with Dalot. That's it, man. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, a lot of all fullbacks are extremely consistent.
Yeah.
Dalot already showed us last year how consistent he could be for the entirety of the season, picking up the Player of the Year award. So now we have, of course, Mazar on the other side, reflecting that same exact thing. A player that's going to get you sort of like that 7 out of 10. On both flanks, they defended. They pretty much snuffed out everything in the wide positions. On the ball, they're both solid enough.
Yep.
Didn't really get into many crossing positions, I won't lie, but I believe that's a system thing. If you see how narrow they tend to be, you kind of see them underlapping more often than not, or actually operating in the midfield area, and the wingers tend to be the ones hugging the touchline and they come on the inside. So don't be expecting to see our fullbacks actually crossing too much, which is a bit strange to me because I know that both of them are able to cross off of both feet. Yeah, we don't play a system which allows our fullbacks to get into crossing positions, which is obviously not a bad thing, but of course then you need a system where the rest of the team are providing in place of what the fullbacks will normally provide. So it's strange to say. Me personally, I'd actually give Dalot, and because I think of these guys as a dynamic duo, I'd like to rate them in tandem. I'll give them both just a flat 7. This is sort of their baseline. These two, for me, operate literally as a 7 all the time. They don't really get beat. We won't talk about what happened to Dalot versus Southampton. Of course, we'll forget that happened, innit? Yeah. But they don't tend to get beat. On the ball, they're solid. Come into midfield, they pass off of both feet well. They're just solid. Of course, maybe you could have argued we could have got a little bit more out of them in the final third. But at the end of the day, if we're playing in a manner where even the attacking players, the wingers, the striker, the attacking midfielders aren't able to come up with anything, you're expecting now the fullbacks to be the one. They did everything they needed to do going that way.
Yeah.
Now, what going for the rest of the team going that way? That is a coaching issue, not the issue of our fullbacks. Even though today feels like a loss, United fans, I don't want a situation where we're now starting to rate people in an improper fashion just because you're unhappy. So let's be objective. Those two were still good today. They did not put up stinkers. So I'm exempting them from the BS that happened elsewhere. What are you saying about Lisandro?
This guy is too cold, man.
Yeah, Lisandro for me was very good today.
He was really good, man.
He was very good today.
Very good. Very solid defensively. Going forward, very good as well. Very good passes. Touches were on point. Crisp passes. He was doing passes. He was
trying to break those lines with his passing a lot. Defensively solid as he normally is. Was he at fault at all for that goal scored? I don't believe he was. Initially, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat though. Some midfielders went, Rashford nibbled initially, missed it. Cool. It went in between Eriksen and I believe Bruno. Something like that. In between two players, and then they got bypassed. Maguire came sliding in too slow. Bro, if you're gonna come sliding in like that, take the man out. If that's the lick like he did versus Liverpool, he's cleaning up. He's like, yeah, you wanna get past me? Ball or man, one or both are coming with me. I'm leaving with something. The licked in those kind of situations, he would be leaving with something. Maguire, you're a big man, you know. Maguire, you're a big man. Take him out.
Even if you have to grab his leg while he's still trying to run away, do that.
But instead, what happens? He gets nutmegged and bypassed like he's not there.
Poor.
And then now Ugarte comes, great tackle, wins the ball. Eriksen goes to sleep. Then what? The ball taken off him, the goal score. Cool. So Licha, I believe, didn't have a part to play in that goal conceded. So I will actually give him... maybe better than these two. Somewhere, either way, 7 out of 10 for me. I would give Leach as well. But his centre-back partner, for the simple fact that because of his inclusion, too slow on the ball, didn't command that situation. For me personally, he's got to go out and he's got to go low. Against this level of opposition, you can't stamp your authority on the game. Yeah, you're not serious, man. I can't lie. For me, he's going to get a 4 out of 10 as well for his contribution to the goal conceded and everything. So again, I'm going to have to play it. Get rara here, man. Shit.
Rara, yeah, bruv.
Guy's not serious.
Gosh, man.
No, the next player we're going for now is Ugarte. You talk to me about Ugarte.
Bro, oh man. This guy, bro, I expect better, man. Come on, you're playing for Manchester United, bro. You gotta step it up, bro. You ain't playing in the French league no more, bro. It's not PSG, fam. It's not PSG, bro. You're playing for big Manchester United now, fam. You gotta step it up. Like, it wasn't great at all. Like, I feel like he kind of just ghosted, bro.
Yeah, he ghosted, and what little he did do on the board, there was some decent things I did see. I like to be fair and balanced here. Go on.
Some decent tackles. Yeah, definitely some decent tackles in there. Good interceptions. But then I saw him like sometimes just giving away the ball, being a bit sloppy. You know, just doing a bit too much on the ball. The extra touch. Sometimes they just nick the ball from him. Like, I feel like he just needs to be more alert. He needs to be more alert, man. He needs to step it up, be quicker, man. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd agree with you 100%. This was extremely poor. I won't hold you from Ugarte. It wasn't on the ball. He looks suspect. He looks suspect on the ball, Ugarte, and that's something that is definitely of concern to me. He does not look serious at all. So I'm gonna need to see a lot more from Ugarte. I won't fully go in on the player because I believe it's unfair because he's just joined him. There may be fitness concerns. We'll have to see. But today, passing off, didn't actually win the ball back in transition as much as I thought he would. There was a couple of good challenges, but did get bypassed a little bit at times. But the passing is the main thing. In a game like this, where the other team was playing extremely deep and weren't offering anything really going forward, Casemiro had to play. Casemiro had to play today because Casemiro could have definitely done I don't care what you currently think about Casemiro in terms of how he is or whether you think he's still a good player. I don't want to hear it. I don't really care. But one thing that you can't lie about is the fact that, let's be serious, no matter what you think of Casemiro, he could play today. He could have played tonight and he could have put in a performance versus this team. So I'm not trying to hear it. He could have easily put in a performance versus his team, and he can also offer something in that final third. His passing's better than Ugarte. He's a bigger goal threat, can shoot from distance. He's better in the air. Why Ugarte? And even if you're going to start Ugarte just to get him the fitness, cool, but you take him off.
Yep.
You take him off. And then Bruno could have come off earlier as well.
Yeah, 100%. That only leaves him on because captain, bro.
Ugarte, I won't hold you. I wasn't happy with him at all. I'd actually give him a 4 out of 10 too.
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't happy with Ugarte. Ghosted, and what little he had to do was pretty poor.
Yeah.
So again, I'm sorry, but
Get out of here, man. Shit,
get out of here, man. I can't lie.
Man.
Get out of here.
Who's next? Alejandro Garnacho.
Next is Ericsson. Keep it. Yeah, Ericsson. What are you saying about Ericsson?
Ericsson was calm, you know. Ericsson's been doing his thing, man. Great goal. I can't emphasize that enough, man. Like, bro, goal was crazy. Literally flipping sliced the ball through like 2 defenders straight into the side netting. Such a good goal, man. Honestly, Ericsson, he's been picking up some decent form. Obviously, he got the ball nicked from him, like, and obviously that ended up them getting that goal. But apart from that, I feel like it was okay, you know.
Yeah, honestly, Ericsson, it was I'll end up giving him, you know, sort of a 5, 6 out of 10. Let's go with how good was he really? Honestly, I'll give him a 5 because it's balanced out. The goal was a great goal, and the mistake he made, I'll just give him a 5 just to, he sort of somewhat balanced it out. Mistake at both ends. But honestly speaking, yeah, there's not really much to be said about Ericsson. It wasn't good enough. Obviously got subbed early because, you know, his fitness issues. Again, this is a player that I believe could have also done more in terms of creating. Yes, he scored as well, but I do think he could have done a bit more in the final third to create an opportunity. But let's be serious. What did we even create? When the whole team, even players of this caliber, can't create opportunities, aren't able to move, recycle possession, move the ball quickly in the final third, it's not for a lack of skill. It's just this manager just needs to go, honestly speaking.
Yeah. Yep.
Go with Zirks, you know? We already did Zirks. Is that the whole 11?
Oh, that's Garnacho there.
Garnacho, yes. Garnacho came on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for Garnacho, he just came on, sort of ran around a bit, tried to get him behind a couple of times. It's not exactly like he had many opportunities to score a goal. So it's not something I would, you know, sort of like with a similar situation to Kobe Mainu, throwing on little boys, still teenagers, to come and save you. Big man Ten Hag, relying on little boys to come save him because he can't string together a decent set of tactics. I don't know what this guy does. This is why they call him Ten Lasso. All you might have watched the Ted Lasso series, they call him Ten Lasso for a reason. So, what are you saying? Would you agree with that, or where would you put Garnacho?
Nah, I agree with you, to be fair.
Just look at 5 out of 10. He did look bright though, don't get me wrong. A couple of good first touch, looked crisp. Was able to beat his man a few times, tried to put the ball in, tried to get a shot off, but too little, too late, and everything around him was pretty poor anyway, so there was not much to be done.
Yeah.
So like a 5, 6 out of 10, no problem there, not really much going on. Mason Mount, this one's pretty easy. I mean, let's be serious here. Just came on and just ran around. Put in a corner, ran around. I mean, the biggest contribution he had to the game was probably picking up what's his face, Bruno, when he decides to lie on the ground like a little flare. Let me not even say too much. I'll get pissed.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 people, start with Onana. Onana, what would you say about that goal we conceded? Do you think that Onana should have done better?
Nah, not really. I mean, to be fair, when the guy is coming up that close and then the guys reversed it into the near post, I feel like it's just a good finish, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, the guy should have never been getting through in the first place. So you can't. I'm not really blaming Onana for that goal.
Yeah, I agree. I looked at it several times just to make sure. At the back post, you had the man there ready for a sweat. the way the attacker actually opened the number 10, the way he opened up his body as if he was gonna use the defender as like a shield to wrap the ball around him into that far post. You could see why Onana would want to sort of prepare for the potential shot to the far post, which is why, although he was guarding his near post, he was very much set, expecting probably that shot to the far post. It's very reminiscent of what Mbappe likes to do in that position. Could have given the ball to the back post, the number 10, or shot to the far post. So he was expecting fully play to go in that direction.
Yeah.
However, what ended up happening? He literally whipped it into that near post, and again he beat him with power at the near post. I think it was a very good finish. I wouldn't blame Onana for that. Of course, on the ball, as usual, his passing off and back was exemplary. And other than that goal they scored, they didn't really threaten the goal. I'd say it's an average average five.
That free kick that he took, which
he said he dealt with. Anything that they did do, really, the couple of things they did do, they dealt with. The goal they scored was a very good goal. I wouldn't blame him for that. It was a great goal. So just a 5 out of 10. The hard yards, he came on, somewhat earned his paycheck, go home in it. That's pretty much it. And the last person to rank, honestly speaking, right? Normally, 1-1 in the Europa League, 1-1 in the Europa League against piss poor, to be specific, against piss poor opposition, you would typically say, cool, maybe I'll give this, maybe, you know, you might want to put him in the get out of here tier, right? But honestly speaking, if you couple this all in with the pre-match commentary, I'd actually say that this guy is gonna make me crash out. I'd actually rank this guy more the lines of a 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 for today's performance. Couldn't create any chances. I believe the substitutions could have either come a bit earlier. Tactical tweaks could have come a bit earlier when you saw them dropping their line further back. What tactical tweaks did you make? Ugarte was having a stinker. Why not take him off? Put on Casemiro, like I said. The agenda against Casemiro, I believe, is becoming an issue.
Yeah.
Because against Crystal Palace, the same thing. Why not put Casemiro on when we needed a goal versus Palace? Ugarte is not a goal threat. Casemiro can sweep up, can do the ball recoveries. He's got great defensive awareness, but also he's a threat in the final third. We had De Ligt on the pitch that day, and we had Casemiro. You put De Ligt and Casemiro in the box, we can easily get off a goal, potentially from a corner or a free kick, but no. So, incorrect use of the bench, I believe.
Yep.
Inability to create chances versus piss poor opposition. The comments made that we're now being clowned for. 2 draws on the bounce, and now you reverse from creating chances and not scoring to now not creating chances anymore again. So, which is it? Brother, pick your poison. Pick your fights, mate. What does he want to? He wants to fight against everything. Brother, pick whether, are we going to be a team that creates loads of chances but maybe doesn't take it? Or are we going to be a team that doesn't create no chances? At least pick your poison. At least pick your poison. So, I'm putting this guy here because this guy's making me want to crash out.
This guy, fam.
Give us your comments on this fraud before we bounce, man.
What's the audio for the crash out one?
I ain't got that, man.
Oh, first. That's a pre-mark crash out.
Bro, I'm gonna crash out, man. Trust and believe that one there. If we lose to Tottenham, but I don't know what I'm gonna do, man.
So no underdog in it.
But man said, nah. Man of the match, honestly speaking, I don't think anyone stood out enough for me to start giving people man of the match rankings. Right. If I was to maybe give one, probably Martinez, maybe one of the fullbacks. It'd be one of those 3. Everyone else was pretty tragic. When your defenders were your best players on the pitch, tells you all you need to know versus trash opposition. Yeah. But yeah, give me your closing thoughts on.
Closing thoughts. Just sack the manager, bro. Get rid of this manager, fam. Honestly, I've not got much else to say. You know, I mean, we've got flipping Ineos in serious. They're looking serious. We got flipping we got the players that we needed for this transfer window. High quality players that should be literally tearing these man apart, fam. Flipping FC Twente, like, bro, who knows his team, fam? Going into this match, I don't know no one, and bro, I know no one in their starting lineup, no one on their bench, fam.
Okay,
I literally know none of them players.
Team of NPCs.
Exactly.
I guarantee you, all these lot don't have any game face on FIFA. No
Exactly.
game faces on FIFA. Pure NPCs, bots, no nothing, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Man probably might even be part timers.
But we're here drawing 1-1 with them. Like that's what Ten Hag's got us doing, man. This guy, fam.
More in the border zone, Mizzo. Yo, I think you might be coping, man. I think you might be feeling a little bit giddy. Man's a bit gassed today. Man said more in the border zone. Yo, you're a lot kinder than I am, fam. Me personally, I say stop the cap on that one, but it's just your opinion, innit, bro. We still lack structure. 100%. The attacking structure is garbage right now. We have muscle but no bone. Man said Mizzo 2024. Alright. Anyway, that's our match reaction as well. Of course, we'll be back for the Tottenham game, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you like, comment, and sub up the thing. Try to get us to 125 before the day ends. Love, fabulous people.
Yeah, man.
Ten Hag out until it's backwards.
Yep.
Signing out, people.
In a bit, guys.